Welcome on board episode 62, where the seatbelt sign is on, the passengers are off, and Sean is still recovering from Palm Springs golf and toilet paper tail sighting.
Yeah, that lady strutted through the airport like she had a streaming subscription to Charmin.
Meanwhile, half the country is trapped in airports because of the shutdown, and the other half is in the de-icing line wondering why it's cold in November.
I live next to a lake the size of France. Why is my windshield frozen, buddy?
And a shout out to our 0.1% passengers. You know who you are. Booked 6 months ago, packed 2 days early, and made it through TSA's free spa experience.
Only to get booted off the plane before the drink cart even rolled out. That's a commitment to chaos.
But don't worry, we got tips for surviving winter travel, AI that moves faster than human comprehension, and maybe a Bloody Mary or three.
So grab your gloves, charge your jumper cables, and silence your iPad, ma'am.
Because this episode's cleared for takeoff and petty turbulence.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
Four! Here comes Shawnee.
More like slice.
Watch out, dude. I just got back from golfing. Having a good trip out in Palm Springs.
Did you hit any houses?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, man. Now the wife says I hit 2. I say I only hit 1, but she counted as if I went in their yard, it got hit.
Oh, okay.
No, when I say hit a house, mine went boom. I mean, people jumped in the house, things like that, ran out their side, see who in the hell hit their house. Yeah, but I hit 1.
Did you put your signature on it? Sean was here.
Dude, it's, for all the golfers out there, it's one of those things that is like, you see the ball like arch off and you're like, oh shit. Boom.
Not exactly like Chevy Chase, right?
Yeah.
Be the ball.
Yeah, it wasn't be the ball. You didn't want to be that ball.
But you had a good time.
Dad, man, you know what? Vacation turned out really good. The big audible down from Cabo to Palm Springs, the weather was phenomenal, man. I mean, it was so nice every day. Picture perfect skies, like barely a cloud in the sky. All you can see is contrails. But the temperature was like, even at night, like, I think the low got down to like maybe 67, something like that. It was awesome, man.
Now you got there earlier though, right? Earlier than Carol? Or
I got
Carol
there one day earlier than my wife.
Okay.
Right. Because we had to like adjust it. Like we were doing a Sunday to Sunday vacation and we could only book Saturday to Saturday. So, and she had to work that day. So she was supposed to be flying the day before vacation. And so she came out the following day.
So how was it traveling in economy?
So yeah, man, we bought these tickets.
I know she was up front.
Yeah, she got to fly first class the whole way, and I got booted to the back on the second flight. But we all got there. It was all good.
You didn't say how was the economy.
But I got to tell you, like my second flight on my I'm gonna tell you about this economy experience. So it seemed like everything was going wrong with this flight. Like I was like, I'm not gonna get there. Like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to see Carol the next morning and we're going to be on the same flight. Because, I mean, it was like everything was going on. First thing that happened, we like close the door, sitting there, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we have a mechanical problem here and we're going to have to call out maintenance. And the flight attendants have told us that there's a bin in the back galley and they're not able to get it properly stowed. And so, we're waiting. We called maintenance. You know what I did?
Got up and went back there and freaking. Hey, yeah. Let me do this. Get out of the way.
That's exactly what I
exactly.
Did. I jumped out of my seat. I'm like, excuse me. People didn't know who I was because I wasn't playing close. I go back to back. I'm like, I hate to get into you guys' business and everything. But I go, what's going on? They're like, well, this bin. And they had an Atlas bin, and an Atlas bin are those little square bins for everybody out there listening that are in the back of the planes and the galleys. And it was like stuck and it would not like go all the way in. And so I grabbed the summer bitch and manhandled that thing, jerked it right out, switched positions with another bin, slapped it in. I looked at them like, does that work?
Time to go.
And they're like, thank you.
Exactly. Time to go.
So then the pilot, they call the captain and everything, and he comes on. And he's like, well, evidently we had an off-duty flight attendant that saved the day for us and fixed the bin. So we had a little bit of paperwork started, so we're going to have to cancel that. But we'll be on our way here shortly. Okay. So then this
You like the superhero.
Yeah. So people when I walk back to the scene there, this is before he even makes this announcement. This guy looks at me. He's like, did you go back and fix that problem? I'm like, yeah. And then right then the captain comes on and explains it. It was pretty wild. But this flight kept on having, we push back. We have this mechanical thing. I'm like, I'm not going to get there. What's going on? Then we get out. We're taxiing forever. We're held up, traffic behind us and all this stuff. Can't push. All that continuous, normal, stupid airline delay shit, right? And this is before, that all the culmination of the shutdown stuff is building up, because this is a week ago, right? And so we get in the air. We're flying there. I mean, it's beautiful, clear skies. All of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, ATC is having an issue in our destination, and they've decided to put us into a hold. I'm like, what is going on with this flight? So then next thing you know, we're circling a couple of times. Finally, we come in, we're coming in. And if you've flown into Palm Springs, and it's a beautiful arrival because you kind of circle down and you come right somewhat pretty close to the mountains, and you're out the left-hand side of your plane window if you're landed to the north. And we come down, we're coming down. It's everything's nice and smooth. Engine starts spooling up.
Let's go back around one more time.
I'm what is going on? I'm like, this flight is possessed. Get me on the ground. Something's shit keeps on happening. Little tiny things keep on happening. This flight all the way in. So we have to go around. We come back in. They do a landing. Then we get down. We taxi over. We get to the gate. It's a roll up stairs for our airline. They pull the stairs up and you walk out on the old school onto the tarmac. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the delay, but we're having some problems with the stairs.
See, what I love about when we talk about stuff like this, people don't understand is we're passengers too.
Yeah, this is me being a passenger.
Same shit. The same shit happens to us.
Feeling the angst of the travel. And, it was I was like, God, when I got off the plane, I was like, thank God, let me get out of here.
Snowball effect.
I mean,
right?
Honestly, the only thing they left off is breaking the belt on the baggage thing. I mean, it was so crazy. I was like, and then, the wife flies in seamless the next day, no problems. But that was the start of
your extra day.
Yeah, that was our extra day, man. And it was. I mean, the weather is amazing. The golf, dude. If you're a golfer, and for those golfers out there, if you don't know about Palm Springs, you got to get out to Palm Springs. There's I don't know, I would say in the neighborhood of 30 courses out there that are accessible to the public. I mean, I'm talking some really good golf. PGA West is the biggest course out there and the most famous. They held the Bob Hope Classic. You've heard that.
Yeah.
They have all these big, you walk into this club, total first class, but it's public access. And it is such a nice course. It was really nice. The only bad thing to the golf out there at this time of the year, and I'd recommend this time of the year right now is the time to go to Palm Springs because things are starting to cool down up north, perfect weather down south, and the temperature there is just perfect all the way until, I guess, from November to about, I think February is their sweet spot. And that's when everybody's coming out there to golf and all that stuff. But after that, 110 plus,
right.
Don't go.
Yeah. Or Cabo has a problem.
Yeah. Well, Cabo has a problem.
There'd be a good reason to go to Palm Springs.
Right. And that is awesome audible. but yeah, it was a good vacation. And I saw some really interesting things on like when I was tuning into, I know you're not a big show watcher. You only watch shows every time when I tell you, or most of the time, or your wife forces you.
It's a time thing, Sean. It's a time thing. We each have a little bit difference in the time thing.
Yeah. So
right?
I watched two really cool documentaries, because you know me, I'm always trying to like learn and understand all this stuff. And one of them was an AI documentary, and it was about this dude that basically he kind of grew up as a kid, like he was a genius, and he like literally like decided he wanted to design an AI. Like he wanted to make the best AI possible, basically. And it was like he was explaining how AI works and the whole 9 yards. And it was the whole documentary was kind of like about his life and what led up to where they are now and all that stuff. But the craziest thing about it is that they were showing you like what they used. So, and one of the most interesting thing is that they were talking about folding proteins, and folding proteins is the way that we like cure cancer. Like understanding how to fold proteins is the initial step to understanding how to make a correct protein cell that will make a correct organ and all that stuff. Right. And so this dude solved it, got a freaking Nobel Prize for understanding how to fold proteins. Then they decided they were, like companies were like wanting them to figure this out, and they were going to pay to have it. Instead of them like giving it to one company, they decided to give it to the whole freaking world. So now the whole world and every scientist out there has all this information on how to properly fold proteins and all this stuff that's fixed. He ends up winning a Nobel Prize for it, the whole 9 yards. It was really super interesting about the whole thing. But the thing that was super scary in the thing was them talking about the application of using this as a weapon. Like using AI as a weapon. Right. Having autonomous vehicles and have autonomous war machines. And if you can imagine in a computer, like them solving a problem for us, like imagine a computer going to war for us. Right. Like they could do things like snap before we even like decided to do it. It could be like done.
Technology, we've talked about this a lot because with you, but it was funny. I had a flight attendant just this week. Now, not as much as with your AI, but she had smart glasses. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah, I've seen them. I'm not a big fan of them, but yeah,
they're actually kind of cool though.
Yeah,
I mean, they have like you can hear the audio in it.
Yeah, and the speakers are like backed by the arms of your glasses, kind of like so you can hear it. And then they got cameras in the.
They got cameras. They can record right from the glasses.
Yeah.
But the funny part, it reminded me of like 8-9 years ago. It was a Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Right.
So you never seen those, and you seen them in the Tom Cruise movie. What was crazy is that the technology that they have, and they just don't release it.
Yeah.
So the same thing as like this AI. Can you imagine what the technology they have with AI that's not released?
Well, I think too, like you're confusing some of it with the imagination of storytelling. Like that's kind of like the Star Trek, when we grew up, it was Star Trek, and beam me up, Scotty, and they flipped the little flip phone thing and was like, Scotty, beam me up type of thing, and that came to fruition of like, we had flip phones and we were able to talk to each other. We couldn't beam each other up, but that happened. Those glasses were probably the thought of like, this is what we can do as like a spy type of thing, like in the future. And then, Facebook and Meta takes it and says, hey, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's make it.
The same thing back in the 50s. Remember, they used to have the jetpacks.
Right.
The guy was flying all over the place. And the next thing you know, all the military guys have those.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, like, so all this stuff is like, AI is moving so fast. And the scary thing about the whole documentary was that it is moving at a blazing fast speed. And the majority of the scientists that are out there that are doing it are really thinking hard about the impact of how it's going to affect us, and that there needs to be some type of monitoring on this, because there's been so much thought about how AI you can drop this into all kinds of stuff and it could become very lethal and, unfriendly to humans.
Yeah.
So, it's not like the, the Terminator or anything like that, not to that type of crazy sci-fi level, but it's, where could an AI take over our military system and launch all the missiles, things like that, or create technology like I was talking about last week about the autonomous Navy ship.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know.
Technology.
Right. So anyways, man, the other thing that happened that was funny as shit. So I get in off this, so we're coming back off the vacation, and, we get to the airport, we're sitting around and, waiting at the gate, and it wasn't a really huge, it was one of those express flights, so it wasn't a lot of people at the gate and stuff. Here comes this lady. She's like, I'd say she was like maybe in her 70s, whatever. And she comes walking down, she's walking into the airport, the whole entire airport, waiting area, airport. And she has a stream of toilet paper tucked in the back of her pants. I'm talking, it looked like it was like a dinosaur tail. That how long it was. I mean, streaming behind her. And she's walking around the airport where she had wiped her ass, and this toilet paper quite didn't get finished. And she's attached this big old stream to her and walked out of the bathroom with it.
How many times have you seen that on an airplane?
We've seen it on an airplane many a time.
Right? It's either attached to their feet or they're attached to their ass.
Yeah. But
Right?
she had it tucked in her little stretchy pants, and some dude walked over and he's like, "Listen, as much as I like the joke, I got to tell you, you got something hanging off the back of your pants." There.
I have to admit, I am that guy. I'm that guy. I'm like, hey, look, you got some. As much as I'd love to see you walk through the whole plane, you got to take that off your shoe, man, because that's just nasty.
It's nasty, but
Don't want you
it
to
was
do
so funny to see this lady walking. I'm like, that is hilarious. Like, we used to play jokes as a kid and stuff, right?
Right.
But here it is happening in real life. Old age comes back and bite you.
Now it's going to get you. Just time.
Yeah. Then the other thing that happened too was, so when we were coming back, Carol and I got back, no problem. Right. And so we're going from Palm Springs to Cleveland. Our friend's going into Palm Springs into Atlanta. He's flying, he's like a gazillion miler and all this stuff, status, the whole 9 yards. They get there and they get on one of these things. They get to the airport, and Palm Springs Airport is like tiny. Now he's turned in his rental car. He has no hotel and the whole 9 yards. He's waiting for his flight. They get there like 2:00. They are waiting. It's a delay because of the shutdown. They put on this whole holding delay, and he's sitting in the airport waiting and waiting. Oh, it's going to be longer. ATC's made it to this, whatever. Dude, at 10:00 at night, they canceled the flight.
That's exactly what they were doing, man. You would know this if you was at the airport more, but they, sorry, I had to get that one in.
I don't need to be there. I've already experienced enough shit just in my travels.
It was, it was crazy with the delays and the cancellations at the airport. You heard a lot of it going on in Newark, but there was a lot of other things that went on too. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about, that people mover over in Dulles?
No.
Okay, I'm going to get back to the shutdown in a second, but that people mover in Dulles just the other day, it ran into the wall. Like
Whoa.
18 people got hurt, Sean.
Whoa.
Yeah, it ran literally, it ran, Jackson's girlfriend was actually on the tram behind them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
she was that close to being on it.
Sent me a picture. You can see actually it moved the wall.
Oh, dude, those things. I am so shocked that airport does not have that, have redesigned something by now. I know they added in a train so they could connect to some of the terminals and stuff, but it is not, those people movers suck. They're so high, and I'm surprised more of them haven't blown over or tipped over.
Right. Well, they're probably going to look at this one, but they didn't have any, what the reason was, because for you to actually run that damn thing through that, because you're supposed to slow down because it locks in. It has this whole locking mechanism to the front, like they drive it. and you know how they reverse, like when you go to the other side and you drive from the other side, and then you drive it into there. So there's got to be more to that story. It's going to be interesting to find out if that person was impaired.
He got the pee-pee.
18 people though, man. 18 people were injured.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But as far as the shutdown goes, the only thing I'm going to say for the shutdown is thank God we're almost at the tail end of it.
Oh, thank God.
Right? I mean, to hold people hostage for their hold their paychecks hostage, I think I'm sorry, that is freaking bullshit.
I don't care what the argument is, period. I mean, I think this is how I feel about the whole thing, and we're not getting too political here, but I don't think, period, somebody needs to make a law saying that when the government shut down, every fucking body is shut down. They don't get paid. If the military doesn't get paid, they don't get paid.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
Nobody in the government should be getting paid a paycheck, period.
That shit would get,
it's shut down, it's shut down. And they need to make a law.
Yeah.
They really need to make a law. I mean, we keep on seeing this. How many times over our lifetime have we seen this? And I don't care what the argument's about. I can give a shit, really. Right. I mean, the common guy, you and me sitting back here, we're not the guy, like this is, whatever they're arguing about and stuff usually isn't important to us.
Right.
Okay. And whatever their point is and all that bullshit. I mean, come on, stop. Everybody should stop getting paid. And that's my one thing about this whole thing, that every time this happens, and they got all the freaking Congress and all this shit, and they're sitting around going on vacation, all this bullshit, getting paid.
If they knew that they weren't getting paid, signed, sealed, delivered, period. It's done. It's done. But they don't. It's other people's problem, so they don't give a shit. But anyway, I'm not going to.
Well, yeah. We're not going to get into a whole thing.
Right. Not going to get into all that. But anyway, I'm just glad that we're at the end of it. It's going to take a while. It's really going to take a while, though, for it to actually to get it straightened out, though.
No, yeah. It's not like...
It's not going to happen overnight.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and they were saying, I go, if you remember, 9/11, and you remember, some of the COVID stuff when we slowed down, it takes a while to get everything back up and running and everything, put together. So, it's not like one of these, you flip a button and, hey, we're back open, and you turn the sign over from we're closed to we're open, and everything starts up. It takes a little bit of time to get the logistics in place. Not to mention, the government also has to approve us to start flying these routes they've now mandated us to cut down.
Right.
So the FAA has to come back and say, okay, you can fly this much, or we have the controllers in place to be able to handle this much. It's a little process. So I'm crossing my fingers that they get the shit back together before Thanksgiving,
Not going to happen.
But yeah, I mean,
it's going to fall short. I mean, it is going to fall short. Plus, like I said, and we'll talk about that more later. But I just think that I think that they're going to fall short. But I'm very happy that it's coming to a close so these people get paid.
Yeah, man.
So, but hey, this morning I was watching this video, and it kind of threw me back for a minute. And I was watching it, and it was they were talking about the Jacksons. They had this young group, and these guys sounded exactly like Michael Jackson.
ABC.
It did. They did. They were singing ABC.
1, 2, 3.
Do you know who they compared him to?
Who they compared this new group to?
Yeah. No. This group sounded just like the Jackson, but they were comparing the Jackson 5 to New Edition.
Oh, okay.
Remember New Edition?
Yeah.
Well, they were like, okay, remember ABC? Like ABC?
Yeah.
And then it goes, New Edition was Candy Girl. Remember that?
Right.
So they were actually playing this back and forth, and they were talking about that, it doesn't ever matter, which is true. It doesn't ever matter the lyrics. It's the beat. Everybody gets into the beat. You remember in New Edition, for me and you, man, that was like, we were throwing it back then.
Dude, all of it.
Right?
Yeah, I will agree that it's all about the beat and all about the little catch, People are like, if people like it and it's catchy, let's do it.
I just had to talk about it because it just threw me back. I was looking at it, I was like, oh man, that was a lot of fun back then. New Edition, I love New Edition. They were great.
New Edition.
Yeah.
I like Jackson 5.
Jackson 5 was cool.
The Osmond brothers.
They did the one with Carol Burnett. Remember that, the ABC? They did that whole. Have you seen that one
with Carol Burnett? Yes.
That whole episode. That is actually really good. But anyway, this one's even better. So I was on a flight, and this passenger rang her call button. I was working up front, and I came back to the back, and she was pissed.
Really?
Yeah, she was so annoyed that for the last 40 minutes, she had been hearing this person's iPad, right? That they had
I can't stand that.
Well, they had it without the headphones.
Oh, right. I can't stand that.
Yeah, and she was like, "Look, I just want to know, why aren't you guys taking care of this?" And I was like, "Ma'am, you just called me back." She said, Your crew members have walked past here numerous times. This has been playing, and it's been very annoying to my husband and myself for the last 40 minutes. And your guys' rule, it states right here that you're supposed to wear headphones if you're going to be playing
listening to
anything out loud." And I said, "You're correct." And she goes, "Well, are you going to take care of it?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am."
No,
and
you should have said, "Huh?"
No, I'm going to take care of it.
What'd you say?
Yeah, exactly. But I told her no. I said, "I'll take care of it." She goes, "Okay, will you tell the person?" I said, "I will." And she goes, "Okay." And I looked at her and I said, "Ma'am, it's your iPad."
There you go, man.
And she goes, "What?" And I said, "It's your iPad."
It's your iPad.
And her husband looked at me and goes, "Wait a minute." And he puts his head down by her iPad and he goes, "Oh, good Lord."
Oh, good Lord.
We've been sitting there for 40
Martha.
minutes. She goes, "I don't have anything on my iPad." And I said, "But you have something playing in the background."
Something.
That's still playing.
Some game or something that you got going, your solitaire games. That's a little tune jingling.
Yeah. Yeah. And she had that look on her face as that she put her head down. And then she, you know how she's like whispering over to her husband, "I don't really understand that. Something, how could it really been mine?" Blah, 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 for the last 40 minutes. But the best part of it was a week later, I just had them on my plane again. And when they walked on board, we got such a laugh out of it. Because I mean, as soon as they come on board, he goes, "We turned it off." And I told him, I said, "Hey,
It's off.
At least you got a story out of it."
Right.
I mean, she was all pissed off, but now it turned out to be funny.
That's hilarious because there's so many times on a plane that people are like ill-foundedly just directing their like frustrations at us, the crew, and like we had nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
Or like all we're, and us walking by, we got 1,000 things we're doing in our head. Like normally if we're walking by, we're walking to go do something. We're doing something. It's like back and forth, and we're really not paying attention as we're like listening to everybody as we're walking down the aisles, listening to their conversations. Right.
I love that you just said that we had nothing to do with it, because that is going to cover a little bit about what I'm going to talk about next. Do you like taking passengers off airplanes?
No.
I hate removing I'm going to say this again. I hate removing passengers off airplanes, because we're in the business of getting people from destination to destination. That's what we do.
They're wasting our time.
Exactly.
They're not just wasting our time. They're wasting everyone's time on board. It's like, it's a very inconsiderate thing to do towards everyone on the plane.
Yeah. It's just, you come on board, act like a normal person, get yourself to your destination and go. So I want to cover this a little bit, because this happened this week, and it was it didn't pertain to me, but it's what we go through on a regular basis with passengers that do this. Yeah. So what I thought about is, okay, I'm this passenger, and I'm thinking, okay, I can't wait for my vacation. I'm months earlier. Okay.
Right.
And I purchased my ticket. So I'm all excited because I'm going to Cabo. Do you like that? I'm going to Cabo.
Are you American?
No. But anyway, I purchased this ticket months in advance. And so I can't wait, because I earned it, right? I can't wait. I have waited for this vacation. I've earned this vacation. So I'm very excited. I'm a week out. Mm-hmm. And all I could think about is, man, one more week.
It's going to happen. I'm
on the beach, right? So 2 days out, I'm already packing my shit, right?
Heck yeah.
I'm packing my bags, make sure I got all my stuff. I'm there, man. I'm already on the beach.
Yeah, making a list, checking it twice.
And you know what I did? I'm taking the early morning flight, Sean, right?
I'm going to get there early.
Man. My ass is up at 2:00.
Maximize my party.
Exactly, man. I'm telling you, I'm on that morning flight. I'm going down there. I'm thinking I'm going to be on the beach by what? Noon. 1. at the max. So I'm all excited about this. So then I drive to the airport. I got to park at this off-site airport parking lot, right?
Sure.
I take a packed shuttle, which to the airport with a family full of kids screaming, "He took my donut." Right?
Yep.
All right. So then you stand in line to check your bags. Still thinking, man, I'm going to be there early. I'm going to be on the beach.
It's happening.
Then I back up and I go to this other longer security line to get my free government issued rub down
Yeah.
to clear TSA.
Yep.
So then I get my
TSA massage.
Yeah, I get my little rub down, little smile. TSA loves you. We love them. Then I'm going to grab my cup of coffee, or I'm going to stop by and maybe have Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Right? Because I earned it.
Heck yeah.
I earned it, man. I paid for this 6 months ago. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So I'm heading to the gate.
Nothing wrong with priming the trip.
No, I'm heading to the gate now, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waiting at the gate. And then I'm thinking, man, I got to get my bag on.
Yeah.
I got to get in those Cedar Point lines.
The bag anxieties.
Yeah, I'm going to get in that one line because I got to try to get my bag on.
Yep.
Because, not all the bags go on the airplane.
That's right. Somebody might take my spot above my head.
Yeah, so you get in that line 40 minutes before you start boarding.
Right.
And find out when you get up there, they're taking your bag.
Yep.
You got to check it.
Check it.
Then you're getting on the plane, getting ready for this destination. You sit yourself down and find out at this point, you can't even keep your shit together 10 minutes longer. And you find your ass being escorted off the plane, right? From people clapping, and you're going back into the gate area, all because of the way you acted once you got your ass on the plane, and you couldn't enjoy the fact that you went through airport hell.
Yeah.
And this is the part that kills me in what you were saying. Only to blame the crew that took you off the airplane.
Right. It's your fault. Gee, it's your fault.
0.1%. Everybody knows that. This is what we deal with all the time. Now, it's just one or two people.
Yeah.
One or two. And what they do is they ruin our damn day because do you like doing paperwork? I hate doing paperwork.
Well,
I hate it. I hate doing paperwork.
It's either dumb or Dumb and Dumber.
So 6 months ago, you had this great decision on going on a vacation. And then you got your ass to that seat and you couldn't just shut up for a few more minutes.
Yeah, no. People just don't get it.
No.
They don't get it.
No, they don't get it at all.
Here's one thing that, when you're thinking about this whole thing, like the outside world of how the entire world operates and retail and service industry, the whole 9 yards, it operates a little different than how an airline. So like when you go to Fridays, or you go to, Applebee's or whatever place you like to frequent eating at, and you have something happen with your meal, you might throw a fuss about your meal and call over the manager and all this stuff and act a complete fool and idiot, do stupid stuff, toss your food. Who knows whatever gets in your mind to do, to act belligerent. But they don't have laws.
Right.
They don't have the only laws they got is like the civil disobedient laws and, damaging property of somebody, personal property, all those normal laws that protect us here as a citizen. But the planes have laws.
Right.
And we got rules to keep things in order.
And then you have 99.9% of the people go, why didn't you take them off?
Yeah.
There's nobody that pays to listen to that. Nobody that wants that they don't want this disruption because they've seen these on YouTube. They've seen these videos. So when this happens, this same crew that welcomed you on board, hey, good morning, how you doing? Welcome on board, right?
Right.
Now becomes Satan's child taking you off the airplane. Right? I mean, that's the truth. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And the number one thing, and you guys didn't need to understand this, and we talked about it before, intoxicated passengers. When you are intoxicated on an airline, Sean, what is that? And that's any airline.
Doesn't matter.
If you are deemed intoxicated on an airplane, what happens?
You don't fly.
You do not fly. If you're intoxicated before you get on a plane,
You are not boarded.
If you're seen to be intoxicated on the plane during the boarding process,
You're not going to be boarding
why?
because you're intoxicated.
Okay, but why? Give them a reason. I mean, why is it important that they not fly?
Oh, because we don't know what's going to happen. Like anything can
Right.
possibly happen. You don't know how people react when they're intoxicated. We've all seen how people react in bars and stuff when they're intoxicated. So you don't want that unruliness or that out of control person on board a trapped environment that can become very volatile.
And also safety of flight.
Safety of flight.
Safety of flight is that you might not be able to get off the aircraft if you're intoxicated, if there's an emergency. You might block an emergency exit if you're intoxicated. You might do something that was stupid and injure other passengers because that you're on there. You might projectile puke over the top of other people, which we've had.
Yep.
But see, when that happens, then your crew now is completely responsible for all that.
Yeah.
So there's reasons why you don't go. So just remember, even though you're talking about the Bloody Mary, have one. Don't have 3 or 4.
Yeah. Before you get on board.
Yeah, don't. Because we want to take you to your destination.
Even when you think you can handle your liquor, what people don't, another concept of this whole thing, little aspect is that, alcohol affects you differently at altitude.
Right.
There's less oxygen up there. Your body metabolizes alcohol differently. The whole 9 yards. I don't care how heavy a drinker you are or how big you are or what all that stuff. You ain't no exception.
Nope.
There's no exceptions out there. Never seen one yet. If you drink too much, it's going to affect you a lot.
And here's one more thing before we move on from this. If you happen to be traveling with that intoxicated person, right?
Right.
And you feel like you want to stand up and inject yourself into the conversation, Sean, do you think that's a good idea?
No.
What's the best thing? Just simply, what is the best thing if you're traveling as a group and that person is intoxicated? What's the best thing that you could do?
Stay out of it.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Thank you very much.
Shut your mouth.
Enjoy your flight.
Yeah.
I'm going to Cabo.
Wait for the bar cart in flight.
I'll see you tomorrow when you get there. Sober up.
Exactly. See
That's
you tomorrow,
it, guys.
Johnny.
I mean, seriously, that's it. I mean, and we don't want to, let me reiterate this. We hate taking anybody off an aircraft. We don't like doing that. None of it. There's not one of us that like the confrontation of that.
I don't like the paperwork.
No, that's what I said. I hate
That's
the paperwork. I hate it.
Terrible.
I can't stand it. But it's always our fault. I forced you to drink. I forced you to yell at me. I forced you to threaten. Right?
Yep.
It's always our fault.
You're a bully.
I know it. Anyway, next I'm going to talk about the big winter storm, man. The first storm of the year.
Dude, I just got back from vacation. I walk in my house. I wake up in the morning and there's 2 inches of snow on the deck, my new deck.
I am not a fan of winter, brother.
I was like, what the
Nope.
hell's going on, people? Come on.
Nope. Not a fan of winter, but you know what I love about Cleveland, though, is like we pull into Cleveland, open the door up. First thing is this. Oh, my God, it's freezing. I'm like, are you serious? It's November,
Right.
right? my good buddy Jack used to say, because when you come in there in January, people come in Ohio, and you open the door out, and it's like a blizzard out there. And they would come to the door, and they'd be in shorts coming from Florida, and they're like, oh, my God, it's freezing. I'm like, Jack used to say it all the time. He goes, that would be a conversation in June. he goes, it's January in Ohio.
Right.
He goes, that would be a conversation in June. Have a good day. It's the truth,
you're
man.
Inappropriately traveling in the wrong clothes.
Come on. We live by a big ass lake,
Yeah.
right? I mean, in that big ass lake, the temperature is cold and it changes often.
Dude, then all that lake does is like drum up weather.
Just gets freaking cold.
Cold.
So I had to talk about, okay, so when we start this winter season, do you get your car ready? Do you do a few things?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, I was in, like the other day, I was going in and I was making sure both of us had our scrapers, and I have a little portable shovel that I throw in the cars, and I prep them up for that stuff. I mean, I don't like, it's not like old school where we had to change the oil and get it ready for winter and put the snow tires on, all that shit. Technology's helped us out a little bit, But we prep up to like, because the one thing you don't want to do in Ohio here when we come back from a trip is come back to a car that's snowed in.
Yeah, but the big thing about, interstate, if something happens on the interstate, what I learned about this was an accident years ago, is I have an emergency cone that's flashing that pops down. It's like a 3-foot cone. It
Dude,
extends.
I have something better.
What's that?
I got this bag, and you guys can get this on
Naturally,
Amazon.
you'd have something better. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's this is awesome, man. I mean, I'm just trying to give it a little
No, go
PSA
ahead.
out
I
there.
like my cone.
Yeah, so they sell these little baggies of these little like disc, and the disc are magnet.
I think
and they're magnetized. And so not only can you throw them down on the ground, they come in packages of 3 or 6. They're all battery operated, like AAA batteries, whatever. And you flip them on, they can do SOS blinking, they can do strobing, they can do all this stuff, but you could throw them on the side of your car. They can spin around like the tow trucks have those lights spinning. They can do all that stuff. But I got a bag of like, in each of my cars, I have a bag of a minimum of 3 of those things. So I can have one in front, back, and right on the side of my car, just so people see you.
Right.
Because that's the number one thing. People don't pay attention and can't see you.
They don't see it. And man, they had a bad accident years ago on 71 because of that, and the girl was in the car. But anyway, either flashing cones or get something flashing that you can put in your car. This year, I got a heated blanket.
That's good, man.
No, it's just going to stay in the blanket. I mean, hopefully it stays in a wrapper. But I got a heated blanket, got a battery jumper.
Dude.
I did get one of those, man. I got a small
I'm gonna
one.
segue here because I got to tell you about the story. I get home. I have this is the year last year, the year before, and it was like -4. Okay, I get in my car. The car goes. I click the key. Click, 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 click. Click, click, click. I'm like, I mean, and you can see your breath.
Exactly.
It's freaking cold out. It's -4. I go in. I'm like, I got my jumper.
Right.
I go and get that jumper box and I go hook it up to my battery. I'm like, this is going to be good. Get in there, click the thing. Click, 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 click.
The jumper was dead.
Then it was like, and it stopped, like totally stopped. It wouldn't even jump it. I mean, so then I had the people come over to get their jumper box. They tried to jump the whole 9 yards. It was so damn cold. You couldn't even get the fluid in the thing warmed up. I had to warm up the engine. So I had to just like let the cables hooked up to the engine for a while so that it'd warm it up a little bit because it was so fucking cold.
That is crazy.
Dude. Yeah.
But
it's a good idea. Jumper boxes are great.
Heated blanket on it.
Yeah, something. Yeah, throw it on. Well, you got to have battery.
But I did. I added a jumper. I added the jumper because of you this year.
Yeah,
I mean, I had the smaller one, but I got actually a pretty good one.
Hey, they do. They're amazing.
Hey, I got it. It's already in the car. So you're right, scraper. But the one thing too, earmuffs.
Yeah, you need to earmuffs.
I love earmuffs, man. And
Dude,
then gloves.
I got a beanie.
Do you?
Yeah,
I like the earmuffs because I can just throw them in my pocket when I walk in.
I got gloves and a beanie in my back of the car too, as well. Like an extra, just in case.
Yep. And now when the weather really starts getting bad, I'll throw my Carhartts in there. My coveralls and stuff, and I'll throw my big boots in there too, because there's nothing worse because you're wearing your
work shoes,
and you're in like 3 feet of snow. I mean, and next thing you know, your feet are soaked and you're freezing.
Dude, the stuff that
welcome to Ohio.
The stuff we have to do in the north to prepare for our stuff, but people are used to it. Like we're used to this whole thing. This is the season. You got to be prepared, and that's why we have a shovel in the car, and that shovel saved my butt, man, many a time. Like trying to just like being able to just shovel out enough to be able to get the car moving so I can get through the snow.
Right,
but shoot.
So yeah, that's the fun that we were having, man. All that first little winter, but here's the one you're going to like this too. Okay, it goes right back to the airport. So we're getting ready to pull out. We had to go de-ice for the first time this year.
Right.
So we pull in, and Cleveland's got some good de-icing. Right.
Oh, Cleveland's
they're pretty fast.
Yeah, they got a good setup. I like how they're set up.
Well, we came in there, and today was training day.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yep.
What was the first day of first snow? So when else do you train?
Could you imagine? Imagine what training day at the icing pad was?
Imagine what that would have been.
Yeah. What would have that been?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Imagine what that would have been.
Probably 6, 7.
What?
6, 7.
What are you talking about? 6, 7. I'm talking about the icing pad, the de-icing pad, and you're sitting there going 6, 7. What the crap is 6, 7?
Dude, if you know, you know. That's what it is. 6, 7.
Oh my God.
The 6, 7 stuff is going crazy, man.
What are you talking about?
This
6, 7.
This is the new slang right now. It's going on everywhere in the world right now. 6, 7. All the kids are saying it. Gee, you got to catch up with it, man. You're getting too old.
We're old. What the hell you come up with 6, 7? I'm still going, what is 6, 7?
So the 6, 7 stuff is
what does
like
that
going,
mean?
it's like basically, you know, okay, I got it, you know, whatever. Basically, we know, you don't. 6, 7.
I would smack you in the head.
Evidently,
6, 7?
evidently, like the 6, 7, so crazy. Like the schools now are talking about like they're going to want to ban kids saying 6, 7, and you'll get in trouble for saying it.
Well, because they want to smack you in the head too. Right?
Well,
I mean, if you had a response to, okay, wait a minute, just like you said to me, I'm like, okay, what did you think about the de-icing line today? Oh, 6, 7.
That's the point, G.
I understand what the point is. And you'd understand the next thing that you'd hear be like that, smacked upside your head.
Not me.
Yeah, 6, 7, my ass. Oh my God.
Dude, it is so funny because I have yet to like my little nieces yet. I've been waiting for them to spit out a 6, 7, but I don't think they will because their parents are teachers, and the teachers like they hate this shit. Like big
well, you
time.
can tell I didn't like your 6, 7 either. But hey, let's go around the globe.
Go around the globe, man. You know what's happening tonight that is really cool? It just happened last night too. Is that the northern hemisphere is like experiencing that time of the year where you can see the northern lights. I guess the like sun is going crazy right now, and like really they're talking about as far as almost Georgia can see northern lights. Have you seen them
In the plane.
in the plane? Yeah,
Yeah.
In the plane,
is very cool.
Well, yeah, we could see them in the
Very
plane. I've seen them in the plane many times, but like when you're on the ground, I think it was last summer here. I was downtown. We were going to a play or whatever, and we're on the parking garage in downtown Cleveland, and we're looking over the Lake Erie, and people are like, "Look at the northern lights! Look at the northern lights!" And I'm looking up, and I'm like, "I don't see shit." Like you look, you see the
Right.
pictures,
Yeah.
you know, you see the pictures and then like, you Google northern lights, you see all these like beautiful, like green efflorescence and, you know, floating in the air and all that stuff. I didn't see anything. Like there was nothing. But the coolest thing is that because of our eyes and on the naked eye, if you take your camera on your phone and just turn on your camera and point it at the sky, boom.
That's
for
I was going to
everything.
say your camera on your phone. That's what they all talk about doing.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. So I was like, this is a cool thing. So people like, if you're out tonight, or out this week or whatever, it's when you're hearing this and you're having a northern light experience. I mean, here, I want to give you some tips about your camera because, you know, I'm a photographer. I do a lot of photography and stuff like that. And, the one thing that like drives me nuts when I see like everybody taking photos, they always take photos horizontally. Like it's like click, pointing at you, click, you know, like that's not the aspect of like taking a photo. If you want to take a photo of the northern lights, turn your freaking phone on the side, make it horizontal, get that 16:9 aspect. Or you can go in your settings and click from a 4:3 aspect to a 16.9 and do that landscape, right? The other thing you want to do is you definitely want to like take your exposure level and you want to turn that into a negative value. So however, it doesn't matter if you're an Android or you're an iPhone or whatever type of phone you're on, you want to just get it to, you know, a lower value so that it's more sensitive to the light so you can see that stuff. But most phones, I mean, just by looking with your phone and you're seeing the camera and you just point it up at the sky, you'll be able to see the northern lights. And then the cool way to capture it is if you could put it on a tripod, if you have a chance to do that, and then do a long exposure where you're doing like a second or a half a second, just of like the shutter opening and closing, right? You're gonna have more time to see that light to like expose onto the sensor, and it will capture it. It's cool, dude. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Northern Lights.
Yeah, I love the Northern Lights. We get such a great shot of them.
There's a
in
song
the
about
airplane.
Northern Lights, isn't there?
I don't know. We're not going to have you sing it.
I was getting ready to bust out, but
Hey, I had to tell you about this one though. A flight attendant was found. Now get this. This is crazy. 10 times over the legal limit.
whoa,
10 times.
whoa.
After drinking multiple mini bottles of vodka on a flight from San Francisco to London.
That flight attendant was ripped,
Jacked. So they later their test recorded 216 milligrams of alcohol per milliliter of blood. Now, in the UK, the limit for performing aviation functions is, now get this, 20 milligrams. 20. And
20.
And this person had 216.
206, dude.
We
That
talked
person's
about this.
almost dead.
We talked about this before. How stupid intoxicated is on an airplane. It's even utterly ridiculous when it's a crew member. But then you do it into another country.
Yeah, that's scary.
On stupid, right? Because you go to prison.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what the laws are.
Yeah.
If you're not like paying attention and looking those things up and figuring out what the laws are to the destination you're going to, which nobody does,
Right.
right? I mean, you can get yourself in a world of hurt there. I mean, here's a funny thing, like, because we're going to take ourselves back. Like back in the day when we first got our job and we were young flight attendants and, drinking and stuff on the plane. And this is like, we're old flight attendants. So in the days when we're talking about before drug testing and all that stuff came in. Like we would go to work and flight attendants would be sitting there having a coffee and, throwing some Kahlua or some Baileys in their coffee. And it was nothing, just a casual little sip here and there, whatever. That happened constantly back in the day. And then they started, saying, oh, you know what? The world started getting smart. Alcohol on planes, doesn't matter who you are, is not smart.
Right. Stupid.
And so like, this is like grown, and we've now, educated ourselves, and we're here now at a state where, most of the U.S. carriers, you can't drink for like 12 hours before your flight.
Right.
I think the FAR says 8, but the airlines even made it more strenuous because they don't want their crews intoxicated on their plane. But I mean, to do it in this day and age, and to do it to the level this person did.
It's crazy to think
Dude.
how many times this person did this without getting caught.
Right.
Right. They did this, and this time they went overboard, but that's freaking crazy. Sorry.
I think that crew
That's
member,
nuts.
now I'm reflecting back, that crew member I went to Athens with, I think he was drunk. something. She had to be
She
something
just wasn't
stupid.
No, she just wasn't good. I mean, we have those. I mean, we call those out all the time. Now, a lot of our flight attendants say, "Oh, that's not very nice," but it's the truth. We got ones just like anybody else. They're not good. They're not good at it. I mean, they're not good. They've been here for years. We have ones that have been here for years, and you look at them and you're like, you haven't been paying attention,
No.
right?
No.
You haven't been paying attention this whole time. What were you doing? What were you doing the whole time? Because you weren't paying attention to service.
Yeah.
Because you're not good.
I'm getting married this week.
What?
Exactly.
What are you talking? It goes back to
That's their
6, 7.
response.
Oh, 6,
That's
7.
their response.
Yeah. 6, 7.
What were you doing back then?
I'm getting married.
I planted some flowers this morning.
Yeah. That's anyway, what were you supposed to be doing? Oh my God. It's the truth though. I mean, you guys have them in your careers. We have them in ours too.
Dude, I mean, like, craziness.
We do. Okay, so last guy, we're going to talk about him. This guy starts undressing. He dropped down to his boxers at TSA. I mean, unless you're requested.
He was naked as Jaybird.
Right? I mean, they'll give you a cordial little rub down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but you ain't got to go all the way down to your damn boxers.
No. It's people.
Maybe got a little carried away.
I mean, I got to say, you know, like going through TSA can be frustrating at times. And I mean, even for like when we're going through as crew members, like we've gone through a million times. And every now and then we'll get that TSA employee that just rubs us the wrong way because they're being like extra crazy about their job.
Yeah.
You know, like we get
Every
that too,
job
right?
gets it. Yeah.
Yeah, we
every
get
job
that whole
gets
thing and you get frustrated. Like I was telling you, I think we were talking about me coming in from Cancun and I got the new hire that was like sergeant, you know, ready to do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Sir, hold out your hands straight." And then like palms up, you know, like it was like he was like barking orders at me and I was like, "Dude, you need to tone it down.
Just bring it back a little bit.
Bring it a little
Just
bit down. I'm
little
going to
bit
work.
back.
I'm going to work with you."
Yeah, exactly.
But this is not how you work. And,
Nope.
and the crazy thing is his trainer wasn't really telling him to tone down. And I was like, "You need to address this dude.
Just
You're
focus.
You're gonna have an airline crew member incident."
Excuse me, sir. Focus on the guy in his boxers over there to the left. Okay, I'm
There's
not your
something
biggest threat
happening.
today. This man over here, yeah, he's in his boxers.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a threat.
Yeah. And there's Mickey Mouses all over him. What do you think about people, or specifically men with long fingernails?
Nasty.
Nasty.
You need to clip them.
Dude,
That one, they like. There's some guys that have that one long fingernail.
what is that about?
I don't know. They,
No,
I mean,
no,
it was like
I mean, I
it was
remember
like a
what it-
cocaine nail or
Yeah,
something.
it used to be like back in
I mean, back
Coke
in the-
days,
yeah.
everybody would be like, "Oh, you had that one nail," and
That
everybody
one-
was sniffing one
Yeah.
nail, put Coke on there.
like that pinky nail.
Right, and then sniffing it up, and they're like, you know, they got their own little Coke shovel.
Yeah.
You know, but today's world,
I don't know.
dude. I don't like.
Earwax.
I like. I'm having this thing right now, like you know me and feet.
Yeah.
You know, I can't stand feet, but I can't stand long fingernails. And I don't care if they're male or female. Like long ass fingernails gross me out.
Guys, I mean, but at least when a woman grows hers out, that I mean, they paint them. A guy's, it's like the yellowing.
But when I see guys and they're painted, that's I have
there's
a problem with that too.
I know that, but I'm just saying, the ones that grow that long nail out,
Right.
because usually it's like one long nail.
Yeah, I just encountered this the other day. I was out and about and whatever, and I get on this elevator, and there's this older gentleman on the elevator, and he was very kind and funny and stuff like that. But I looked down and just happened to like catch his hand. He had his hand out in front of him or whatever for whatever reason, and he had like 3-inch nails,
All of them.
like many of them, not all of them, just
Yeah.
many of them were like real long, and they weren't painted. It was just like, you know, the bone color.
Nasty.
It was just, I was like, I almost like projectile vomited in the elevator. But here's another thing that happened to me on my vacation. I wanted to kind of like, I forgot to tell you about this because this shit was out of control comical. We're in Palm Springs. We're getting ready to go out to dinner. Me and my boy that was with me, right? Dougie Doug. He's like the all, you know, world traveler, business guy, right? So I come out of my room and I'm like, I got dressed and I walk out and his wife looks at me, Kim, and she looks at me and she's like, Sean? She goes, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm pretty sure that you and Doug are wearing the same shirt tonight.
You guys called each other or what? No. Did you guys brought the same shirt
On vacation.
Are you serious?
We had the same identical shirt from the same company, the whole nine. Like both of us are like, I know you don't know this company.
Did you
but
wear it?
One of my favorite shirt companies called Mezian, Maine.
But did you wear it?
No, we didn't wear it. Dude, we're in Palm Springs. If we would have wore it, they would have been like, there's 2 gay guys and 2 gay girls, and they're just part of the scene, normal scenery here.
Exactly.
Like, you see that there, and Doug's like, I'm not going out with you like that. I go, so who's changing? he rolled back in the room and changed. But I was like, it was the crazy. Like, we've been on vacation so many times with these people, and we have never ever in the world. And like, I don't think I've ever seen him in that shirt or anything, whatever. But we do like that same company,
Right.
And we bought the same shirt.
I seen a video one time that all the women got together and the men, they bought their men all the same shirt.
They bought their men. Well, yeah,
Yeah, and when they were showing up to eat at this restaurant,
they all came down in the same shirt.
as they were filtering into the restaurant, every guy, because they listened to their wives about what they want them to wear.
Right.
So they're like, "Yeah, I want you to wear this shirt. Just wear this."
It
And
was
I
a
like,
room.
whatever.
It was a wife joke on the.
Yeah, exactly. All the guys had the same shirt on.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but your case a little different.
Yeah, because we were like totally unplanned. I was just like, this is crazy. And so now every time I'm packing my mezzy in Maine, and
call him.
And FYI, for all you that are travelers are out there, men travelers, and want to know these shirts are amazing. You can roll them up, you can scrunch them up, you can throw them in your bag. They don't wrinkle. They look great. You can dress them up, dress them down. It's just a great like travel. You know, like when you find those, like when Lululemon just first came out with the ABC pants, it was like, oh, these are great, comfortable pants. I can go anywhere with them, and just like they're loose and comfortable. And
you
shirts
can
are
even
the same
call
way.
a buddy and tell him to bring his too.
Yeah, bring yours. and
Say wear
different
at the
print.
same time.
All right. Anyways, let's talk about the inspirational quote. And so the inspirational quote is, ambition is good, but timing needs to be right. Think about that.
I did right when you said it.
And what do you think about that?
That ambition is good and timing needs to be right, because your timing needs to be right. I mean, in life, I mean, you know, it's the right time for something.
It came out of that show that I watched, and it was the dude that show that was about it. His name is Dennis Hasabasis, or I probably just mutilated his name. Mutilated his name, but super intelligent guy, and it was about this. It was about like us envisioning technology and us like being ambitious to do something. And it doesn't matter how ambitious you are. If you're not in the right time and era to do it, it's impossible.
Well,
So even if we have like right now, we're on the cusp of like having the most amazing AI, and AI is helping us in all this like cool things right now in health. And, you know, many people keep on talking and saying like, we're on the cusp of figuring out how to, you know, cure cancer.
right.
I mean, that'll be profound to the human race. But right now, like, if the technology's not there, and it was kind of like these guys back in like the 50s that were like that originally thought up AI, and they were like, oh, if computers would be smarter than humans and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then they realized that the technology at the time, it ain't going to happen.
Right.
So timing's everything about your ambition.
That's about a 6-7.
You were just dying to say that.
I was waiting. Hey, you guys, we had a lot of fun this week.
It's been a great show.
And, you know, just want to remind you guys, get to the plains, sit down, enjoy your trip. God, we don't like taking anybody off. So you guys don't make any of your crews your enemies, man. We want to take you to your destinations. We want you guys to have a great trip. And we want to see you on the return trip, because see, when you realize that your iPad was yours, turned on, that we can all laugh about it, and then we can have a story.
Exactly.
So hey, you guys have a great week, and we will see you next time on Cabin Pressure.
Next week,
See ya.
Cabin Pressure. Bye. Thanks for flying with us on another episode of Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It helps more than you know. Want to rep the podcast in style? Check out our official merch at cabinpressure.myshopify.com. From tees to tumblers, we've got you covered. And most importantly, share the show with friends, coworkers, and your favorite travel buddies. The more passengers we have on board, the better the journey. Until next time, keep it cruising at altitude, and we'll see you on the next flight.